It's time for another WrestlePlanet news update as an AEW star thinks Jeff Hardy to AEW will happen. Two AEW wrestlers appear to confirm that they are now in a relationship, and there is set to be a huge WrestleMania angle on tonight's Day 1 pay-per-view. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. This week, former AEW wrestler Big Swole would speak on her new Swole World podcast to discuss her time in All Elite Wrestling. She would have a lot to say, stating that she feels the company lacks structure when it comes to creative, with her also feeling diversity is an issue. In terms of structure, she feels that if you are shy and don't know how to write or are not creative, it's not going to work unless AEW wants it to. Swole would then add that she feels there is a lack of representation for the black community, comments which have caused a big stir online, and she would say, "I do not beat around the bush when it comes to diversity and my people. There is no representation truly, and when there is, it does not come across in the black community as genuine. I don't know why everybody is so afraid to accept it or say it, but it's not a good look." What happens is you have this wonderful company that treats people like family, but there is nobody that looks like me that is represented at the top and in the room with them. They are not helping to necessarily influence decisions, but to explain why certain slang and certain words shouldn't be said. There is no one else who can explain our culture and experience except for us. Swole would then reveal a story about her young daughter, which was the moment things clicked for her, and she would say, "I knew something was up when my daughter, who loves watching wrestling, she would watch AEW all the time and seldomly watch WWE. She's not a big fan unless Dad, Cedric Alexander, was on TV, which stopped happening after they botched The Hurt Business. There is nobody that looks like me on AEW, there's nobody that looks like Daddy." Then she started watching WWE where she saw Bianca Belair and Big E. She saw herself represented. If that wasn't a click, you are absolutely right, I don't have an explanation. It's 2021, why are people saying it'll take 3 years for AEW to have a black champ? This is a scripted sport. It should not take that long if you've been watching WWE for 50 plus years and you know what not to do. Her comments would almost immediately be picked up by AEW president Tony Khan, who would take to Twitter to deny her claims, pointing out black wrestlers that have won on TV in December. The tweet would cause a ton of debate not only regarding the race issue, but Khan would take a big swipe at Swole, revealing his reasoning for allowing her contract to expire, ending with a plug for AEW Rampage, and the tweet would read, "The top 2 AEW execs are Brown, me and Mega. Jade, Bowens, Caster, Dante, Nyla, Isaiah and Mark Quinn all won on TV this month. The TBS title tournament has been very diverse. I let Swole's contract expire as I felt her wrestling wasn't good enough. AEW Rampage street fight tonight." Many feel that AEW's president crossed a line and he shouldn't have, not only with his unprofessional comments towards Swole, but his lack of acknowledgement towards Swole's main point. Her point being that there is no black representation at the top of the company and none of the names he mentioned are in top level spots. This would even cause a reaction from those who work with AEW, with independent wrestler Darius Lockhart, who has appeared on AEW shows in 2021, would take to Twitter to state that Tony Khan missed the point, and he would say, "Absolutely not. This is completely disrespectful, not only to Swole, but to the black community that AEW has consistently not listened to. I wanted to be a part of the change AEW so desperately needs, but you're showing that you're willingly missing the point." Lockhart would add that he has raised similar issues in the past when at AEW shows, and he said, "We had a quick meeting at AEW in Greensboro where I gave you a flash drive that featured an extensive explanation with numerical breakdowns on exactly how the black community is being underserved in your company. That breakdown was not only there for personal gain." Perhaps the most prominent AEW talent to hit back was Leo Rush, who called for Khan to apologize, and he would say, "If nobody said something, then I will, because this is effed up and now I'm pissed." He would then write in all caps, "Apologize," tagging both Tony Khan and AEW. On the flip side, there has also been AEW wrestlers come to the company's defense, with Powerhouse Hobbs going on to praise Tony Khan and his booking since signing for AEW, and he would say, "I've been featured in some heavy-ass spots since being signed to AEW, as well as other minorities. Now TK has put me in spots at the right time that meant something. Punk, Christian Cage, Brian Cage and Hangman, and especially running in and saving Mox. This company has been there since the passing of my mother. Cody and QT played a tremendous part in getting me signed. Lastly, if you have an issue with someone, pick up the phone." As of this recording, no public response from AEW or Tony Khan has been made regarding the backlash, although I get the feeling that this is only the beginning of this debate. And next up, it has been revealed this week that a former Impact Wrestling World Champion has tested positive for the virus ahead of next Saturday's Impact Hard to Kill pay-per-view. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Rich Swann, who is set to take part in the 10-man hardcore war match at the show, tested positive and had to be pulled from an AAW show in Chicago this past Thursday. There is no word on how long Swann will be out for, although he will now be undergoing a quarantine period. At Hard to Kill, Swann is currently scheduled to team with Willie Mack, Eddie Edwards, Heath and Rhino to take on Impact World Tag Team Champions The Good Brothers and Violent by Design, with the teams set to collide in a match with no disqualifications, no countout and a ton of weapons. Swann will likely be okay for the Hard to Kill show should there be no complications during his quarantine. Last month, Ring of Honor would hold their final Battle pay-per-view, which was their last show before their hiatus until April 2020. The show would feature the ROH debut of Adam Scherr, who was formerly known as Braun Strowman in WWE, an appearance that was kept a secret up until it happened. Scherr would join the narrative alongside EC3, with them declaring war on the system. This week, EC3 would speak on the Ring of Honor Strong podcast and revealed how Adam's debut was kept quiet, with no leaks coming out beforehand, and he would say, "Very much keeping it close to the vest. Even with people I trust in my life, I did not tell what was taking place. Because if some word got out, if some way it was stooged off to the internet, if there were people that I trusted that weren't involved with it that I did tell, would I lose my trust in them? Probably wasn't them, it was probably a residual." In the art of war, you never let your tactics be known. The people that needed to know knew. Hiding a 6'8" titan in a hood and a face mask in a hotel where there's fans around, not easy. Using my other men as sort of diversionary tactics, it was a great deception. It was not easy, but it was worth it. It's pretty rare for big debuts to be kept a secret these days, although Ring of Honor managed to pull it off in this instance, with Strowman seemingly being near the fans before the show without them even realizing it. It's currently unknown if Scherr will return to Ring of Honor in April, although if the narrative are sticking around, it's likely that he will be too, although the group claims to not be tied to any particular company, making their future unpredictable. This week, Christian Cage spoke with ET Canada to discuss returning to wrestling and his time in AEW, where he debuted in March 2021. Christian would be asked about his longtime rival Jeff Hardy, who he feuded with as part of the Edge and Christian tag team when Jeff was part of the Hardy Boys. He would be asked if Jeff will be following him into the company following his release in late 2021, with Christian feeling that it's just a matter of time, and he would say, "Yeah, of course I would like to see Jeff in AEW. There's so much history there, and obviously I'm very close with Matt Hardy as well. It's been great to reconnect with him in AEW. He's kind of doing the same thing as far as mentoring the younger generation the same way. He's also got a wealth of knowledge. Jeff is an extremely talented guy, a really good guy. I'm sure at some point that will happen." Jeff was released from WWE on December 9th, 2021 and is set to become a free agent on March 9th, 2022 when his non-compete clause expires. Whilst he has made appearances on his brother Matt's Twitch stream and has performed as a musician, there is no word on Jeff's future in wrestling, although many within AEW expect him to sign. Next up, we seemingly now have confirmation of a relationship between Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti after a ton of speculation. During what appears to be a New Year's Eve party last night, an image was posted to Guevara's social media account of the two wrestlers kissing with the caption, "2022 is going to be fun, Happy New Year, Ty Conti." The news follows a public announcement from Guevara where he announced his split from his ex-fiancée Pam, with the couple said to have parted ways this past October. The news would lead to speculation that Conti was responsible for the breakup, although there is no evidence to back up these claims. Conti would then take a break from social media to let things settle, and the new couple now appear to be putting the negativity behind them by officially announcing the news to the world. And finally, WWE is set to hold their Day 1 pay-per-view tonight from Atlanta, Georgia, where there is set to be a big angle to set up a WrestleMania match. In the light of a rising cases within the company, Roman Reigns was pulled from recent shows this week, with this believed to be a precautionary measure to protect tonight's show. According to the Wrestling Observer, WWE have gone out of their way to protect tonight's main event because of the big plans that they have in place. Day 1 is expected to be main evented by Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Universal Championship, with the finish of the match set to feature a big payoff that will set up a rematch for WrestleMania next year. There's no word on what this angle will be, although it will likely involve Paul Heyman, who was recently fired by Reigns as his special counsel, with Heyman of course being the former advocate for Brock Lesnar, leaving him stuck in limbo since his firing. Tonight's match is said to be the next in a series of matches, with the Ultimate Showdown coming at the Showcase of the Immortals in April. And before you go, make sure you check out my video where I discuss 12 of the most obscure WWE appearances by AEW wrestlers.